What's up, guys, and welcome to Stranger Things 5, the finale review. Well, really, it's like the whole back half, volume 2, and the finale. And it was a good season, right? It's getting a lot of hate online for some of the things that it's done. Deservedly so, right? Deservedly so. I feel like when it comes to the final season of a show, it's really hard to wrap things up. You want to explain a lot of what's going on, what's been mystery, but then you're left with even more questions that just become unanswered, you know? And that was definitely the case in here. For example, Henry being patient zero of being infected by the mind flayer from this random guy in a tunnel with a rock that he touched in his hand. And the guy shot a kid for no reason. We have no idea why. Where did this rock come from? How did they get the rock? We have no idea. Or like, wait, Vecna went to school with Hopper and Joyce. So like, they don't recognize him at all? Like, not even a little bit? Or did they even see him? I don't even think they saw him. Right? This season, it just felt like a lot of the characters were dealing with their own inner turmoil as opposed to focusing on the fight with Vecna. I feel like this should have been more so like a previous season thing. Like, figure out what's going on with you then, and now let's all focus on Vecna and let's have more cool upside down stuff. Let's focus on the sci-fi-ness of this show rather than the drama side. Because a lot of the scenes, the drama scenes, the very emotional, intense scenes with like Will coming out to his friends and family and a random person he's never met, Kali, just there for some reason. He just decides to do that while we're getting ready to fight Vecna, because that makes sense. It doesn't, really doesn't. And I know it's not like out of left field. Everyone knows Will is gay, dude. And this has been something that's been hinted at since season 1. I just think there's a time and a place, dude. This could have been something done in like the epilogue after the fight with Vecna. But the Duffer Brothers came out and said that Will had to get over this in order for him to fully use his powers against Vecna. Or Nancy and Jonathan breaking up with each other, the unproposal scene. It just didn't land for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I understand they get put into this crazy situation for that scene to happen. Like, they think they're gonna die, so like might as well get it out on the table how I really feel. It just came off hella weird. And then you just assume that Nancy's probably gonna end up with Steve now, you know, and that just never becomes a thing. So what's the payoff for this? We're all good friends now. All right, cool. Get two guys fighting for her love to not get her love. Okay, dude. And bringing back 8 Kali, I was okay with it, dude. A lot of people don't like it because of that episode in season 2. I didn't like that episode either. But if she were to come back and just like really work with Elle to take on Vecna, that would have been sick. But Kali dies before the big final battle, which is what? Or maybe she didn't. We'll get back to that soon. I don't know. I just wanted her to feel more utilized rather than just be like a really sad storyline. Terrible episode in season 2. She comes back to just be tortured and then just die, and telling Elle that we gotta kill ourselves, dude, so no one else gets tortured. That's the whole reason why I'm here. There's potential there, and I just feel like it wasn't utilized. So many cool things that happened, like visually and just epic science fiction shit. Like when Will actually takes over Vecna, saving Max and Holly, controlling him, turning his head and telling them to run. Like, holy shit, dude. This is so intense. And then Vecna invading Will's mind yet again, making him a spy again, find out where Max is. Like, the pacing got into like a nice flow, and then it just gets fucking halted by the Will scene. It gets halted by the Nancy and Jonathan scene that I feel like they needed to have for some reason. I don't know, man. It was taking me out of it. It just felt like characters were just like not acting like normal people would act. Like when Max is with Holly and there's the portal there to get the fuck out and take back your body, and she knows it can close at any moment. Now let me have a 30-minute conversation with you, Holly. All right? I know I said we were both gonna get out of here. I fucking lied. I kind of just used you so I can get the fuck out of here. We'll be back for you. You got this. And then just dips. that was kind of crazy. But the point is, like, why are you talking so long? Why? Why does every person, when explaining a situation, they have to get like stuff and like make a diagram with it? So you have the DeLorean, right? Back to the Future. They're just like making these 80s references, but using like things that are around them just to explain the plan that they're trying to enact. It just, Why does every person do that? Not every person has that in their mind to do that. Maybe 1 or 2 times, max. It just happened way too often for me. I can't lie, dude. Also, back in that scene with Max, you know, the running up the hill scene, that area, that red area, the way it was lit in season 4 was sick. It felt like Max was really in that fucking area. And then in season 5, it just felt like she was on a stage. It just didn't feel like, lighting wise, I don't know. They had more money. Did they not have the same cinematographer? I don't know. It just didn't feel as good. The lighting felt so weird. It felt like you're on a stage that should look like that, and we're gonna light you a different way. That was a little jarring. But then there would be scenes where they're just having conversations. The lighting would be so beautiful, and it felt so lived in. It felt so artistic. It was sick. Which is why that scene, like with Max, was so jarring to me. It's like, why does this look so not good? Probably because she had to get the fuck out of there. They threw her on a stage. She was like, I gotta go make this Spider-Man money. Peace out, dog. And again, the CGI just really shows in this season. The money shows in this season. With Vecna's design, to the Demodogs, to the Demogorgons, to the Mind Flayer itself, that gigantic creature at the end. Like the texture of the skin, the saliva coming out of the mouths, the undulating veins in Vecna's face and neck. I felt like movie quality CGI compared to like Vecna in season 4, where it's like, that's somebody in a suit. Which could also be very intentional, right? Season 4 felt a lot like, you know, Vecna was like Freddy Krueger, just invading the minds in their dreams or whatever, you know? And using a more practical Vecna probably called for, I would hope, or they just had less money, more than likely. I don't know. Anyways, I digress. That just looked so much cooler in here. And then we get the final epic battle on Vecna's home turf, the gigantic Mind Flayer. It was a sick fight. It was a cool fight, but I feel like it was a little unbelievable. I feel like if Kali was there to make illusions and put fucking Vecna in a Genjutsu, Shadow Clone Jutsu L in some way, I don't know, dude. Along with Will and with L's abilities, I feel like it would have been a more epic fight against Vecna. And again, adding more to Kali as to why she's even there. Maybe have her die in that fight rather than just randomly get shot by Hopper, because things happen. And when we were introduced to the new Vecna, he seemed fucking broken, dude. Just taking on the military, no problem. So when he gets impaled and then Joyce chops his head off, badass scene. Chopping the head off, everyone's feeling it, PTSDing back to when he attacked them in some way, and there's just that satisfaction, the relief that they're getting that it's finally over. That was sick. But it's, you know, chop it through his head. It's like, damn, dude, this is what's killing him. An axe to the throat, although satisfying. Maybe if he was a little more weakened, or if it was a little more of a battle, or maybe make Elle seem somewhat stronger than she was, which they kind of did. But I wanted her to take on like they're in the realm where this stuff comes from. They're attacking Vecna and the Mind Flayer. Where are the Demodogs? Where are the Demobats? We're here. It's a hive mind, right? What the f, dude? Are all the creatures not feeling this? Do they not give a f? I feel like they could have had like an army of Demogorgons coming. Maybe have like the rest of the kids really fighting them. Could have had Dustin fighting Demobats and like, you know, some kind of revenge for Eddie in some way. 'Cause even though it was cool, you know, all the kids fighting the Mind Flayer as Elle is fighting Vecna inside the Mind Flayer, it just took me out of it a little bit. It's like, where's the, you know, where the fuck is backup at? We got the money, dude, right? That could be budgeted in for the CGI. And it could have been a longer fight. When you look at like Avengers Endgame, the final fight is like 45 minutes long, dude. From when Tony, Cap, and Thor are fighting Thanos to the end when Tony is snapping his fingers. It's a 45-minute fight right there, dude. This is Stranger Things Endgame. This is it. We're gonna get like a 6-7-minute fight. I just wanted it to feel a little more epic, but it was still, you know, again, push and pull, pros and cons. I sound like a hater. I did enjoy the shit out of this season, but did I like it more than season 4? No. I think it's right there with season 3 and 1. I like season 1, 3 about the same. So 1, 3, and 5 are about the same for me. 2, I didn't like as much. 4, I think is the best season. Don't shoot me. That's my list. If I have to go in order, it's going to be 4, 1, 5, 3, 2. That's my order of seasons. And the ending, whether or not 11 is dead, the Duffer Brothers leaving that open-ended for the viewer to make their own ending, just as Mike somewhat made his. Although I believe, dude, it just makes sense to me, everything he said. I'm sure there's other plot points to help the other side of that as to why she is dead. I just haven't really thought about that side because I want her. I'm coping right now, dude. I want her to be alive. You know, the kryptonite was on. How'd she get over there so fast? The military was on her. We saw Kali get shot. Did we see her die? I don't think so, dude. That could have been an illusion for Hopper. They could have come up with this plan in her mind. How was she talking to Mike in their mind if the kryptonite was on? Doesn't make sense, I believe. And to end the show with a D&D campaign, just like they started the show, is poetic. It's really poetic. Really sad too, because we've been watching this show for like 10 years now. When something ends, it's just like, damn, that's it's over now. It's like when Breaking Bad ended, or Supernatural ended, or insert show that really hits you. Damn, it's really over. I give this season an I believe out of 10.
I believe.
But really, I give it like an 8.2 out of 10. It was good, and it's over now. If you want to see more videos like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you in the next one. So take care now, and bye by then. Ta-ta!